Hello, my dear students, and especially those one who have paper tomorrow. And this is your paper night, exam night, just the last night that you are quickly going through the content on YouTube, and finally you reach this video. So, in writing paper, you have two sections, section A and section B, and in section B you had descriptive writing and narrative writing. Right now, I am going to provide you the solution for May-June 2024 exam, and here is, I think, variant 2 of writing paper. So in this paper, you have to write a story in which someone unexpectedly receives a very nice gift. So it's a bit similar with that the other variant. I have already solved all the questions in the other variant. If you have not watched yet, please watch those videos. And let's learn quickly, go through how you can begin your story either by talking or narrating about the scene, describing the scene setting, or maybe introducing characters, or maybe beginning with the action, something like that. You may begin with some dialogues between the characters. So if you want to learn actually the technique of narrative writing, watch our other video on narrative writing that has been uploaded in 8 short parts. So let's quickly do. Write a story in which someone unexpectedly receives a very nice gift. So James slumped into his worn out armchair, staring blankly at the unopened bills piling up on the coffee table. Life had been hard lately. His small business was struggling, and his once busy days were now spent worrying about how to make ends meet. His birthday, now just a week away, was the last thing on his mind. He had no plans to celebrate it. There was nothing to celebrate. One evening, as he sat scrolling mindlessly through his phone, a message popped up from his younger brother, Sam. It was a simple, "Got something for you, be ready on Saturday." James rolled his eyes and sighed. Sam was always trying to cheer him up with small surprises, but James had little energy for such things nowadays. Still, he texted back, agreeing reluctantly. Saturday arrived, and James spent most of the morning brooding. He had almost forgotten Sam's message when a knock at the door jolted him out of his thoughts. Opening it, he found his brother standing there with a wide grin, holding an envelope in his hand. "Happy early birthday," Sam said enthusiastically, thrusting the envelope toward him. James hesitated before taking it. "What's this? A card?" He raised an eyebrow, half expecting some kind of light-hearted joke inside. "Just open it," Sam urged, still grinning. With a shrug, James tore open the envelope. His eyes widened in disbelief as he pulled out 2 airplane tickets. The destination? Paris. "What?" James stammered, staring at the tickets as though they were some kind of illusion. "I cannot accept this, Sam. This is too much." "Yes, you can," Sam said firmly. "Look, I know things have been tough for you, and I have been saving up for this for a while. You have always talked about visiting Paris, and I figured you could use a break. We leave next week." James was speechless. The idea of taking a vacation, especially to a place he had always dreamed of, felt utterly surreal. He glanced at his brother, whose expression had softened. "I don't know what to say," James finally managed, his voice barely above a whisper. "You don't have to say anything," Sam replied. "Just promise you will back." Overwhelmed by the gesture, James pulled Sam into a tight embrace. For the first time in months, a sense of warmth and gratitude washed over him. The financial struggles and the dark cloud that had loomed over his life didn't disappear, but in that moment he felt lighter. The gift wasn't just the trip, It was the reminder that even in the darkest times, someone cared. So the other narrative writing task was in this paper was write a story which includes the sentence, "We opened the door and excitedly stepped inside." So in this type of stories, you have to create a continuous suspense that finally leads to the sudden opening of the door and excitedly you then step inside. The old mansion stood at the edge of the town, abandoned for decades. Adam and I had always heard rumors about it. So when the narrator says Adam and I, it means it's first person narration. The narrator himself is a part of the story, is a character of the story. And I had always heard rumors about it, once owned by an eccentric inventor, haunted by strange noises. We joked about exploring it kids had never, as kids, but never dared until that evening. Are you sure about this? Adam asked, his flashlight aimed at the weathered front door. Moonlight barely touched the crumbling facade, and vines twisted around the pillars like they were keeping us out. We have come this far. We cannot back out now, I replied, though my heart was pounding. We pushed the door open with a loud creak and stepped into the musty, decayed foyer. Dust floated in the air, and the smell of rot filled the space. The mansion was eerily quiet. The only sound, the occasional groan of the wind outside. Adam and I exchanged glances, both excited and nervous. This wasn't an ordinary adventure. A few days earlier, I had found an old journal in an antique shop belonging to the mansion's original owner. The journal spoke of a hidden room within the house where something of immeasurable value was supposedly hidden. It was this mystery that had drawn us here tonight. We wandered through dark hallways, each turn revealing more of the mansion's faded grandeur, cracked marble floors, broken chandeliers, and peeling wallpaper. After what felt like hours, we finally reached the basement where the journal hinted the hidden room would be. The narrow staircase creaked under our weight as we descended into the darkness. At the bottom, we found a wall that seemed out of place, as though it didn't belong to the rest of the structure. With shaking hands, we pushed against it, and to our amazement, it shifted, revealing a hidden door. My pulse quickened as Adam and I exchanged a glance. We opened the door and excitedly stepped inside. The room was smaller than we had imagined, filled with strange machinery, gears, wires, and strange contraptions. But what truly caught our attention was a metal chest in the center, covered in dust. Adam knelt beside it, his hands trembling as he worked the rusted lock. After a few tries, it clicked open. We held our breath as he lifted the lid. Inside was no treasure, but a strange, glowing metallic orb resting on a velvet cushion. Surrounding it were papers, diagrams, and sketches of a machine. A time machine. According to the scrawled notes, the journal had not been lying. The inventor had been working on something far beyond his time. Adam and I stood frozen, staring at the orb. We had found something extraordinary, but with it came a terrifying question. What had we uncovered, and what consequences would it bring? So you can just end up your story with such mysterious questions as well to keep maintaining the suspense throughout the story. So it's over. Wish you best of luck for your exam tomorrow. And for those who would be watching me in the coming years, remember me in your prayers. Take care. Goodbye. If you want us to solve anything more for you, you can just share your feedback and reviews in the comment section below. Thanks.